Welcome to MLM Lies Exposed, the answer. If you're involved with or about to get involved with any network marketing company, it's important that you understand the following 4 points. More than 97% of all distributors who start a business will fail to make any money. And 2, there is only one obstacle and one obstacle only that causes this 97% failure rate. All of the training in the industry is a complete waste because all that stuff does is try to get you to overcome this one obstacle, which is nearly impossible to do. And the only way to eliminate the failure rate is to eliminate the obstacle, not teaching people how to overcome it. This obstacle that is the only and one and only reason for the failure rate has plagued the industry for the entire 50 plus years of its existence. And each year the obstacle gets worse and worse. And despite decades of attempts, nobody has ever been able to eliminate this obstacle until now. Before I continue, it's important to point out that I'm not here to sell you a marketing manual or leads or a fully automated system or a motivational tape or a CD or a genealogy list or how to give a presentation or how to close a sale or anything like that. All those things are attempts at overcoming this obstacle. I'm going to simply show you what the obstacle is, and for the first time ever in history and in this industry, how we have eliminated it. Do you remember when you first learned about the income opportunity in network marketing? On paper it seems so simple. You're asking people if they would rather work at home part-time and also make an executive income. That's something that appeals to everyone, and the cost to get involved is very little, so everyone can afford it. And everyone knows 5 people who would like the same thing, right? So everyone has the ability to build an organization. On paper it should work every time. But when asking someone if they want to get rich, working part-time at home, and if they know 5 other people who would like to do the same, you should get a yes every single time, right? Well, it doesn't require any skill to get someone to say yes to making a ton of money from home. But that is so far from the truth, isn't it? It's very difficult for you to find 5 people. And even if you did manage to recruit some people, it's very difficult for them to recruit anyone. Forget about building an organization of thousands. Most people are not able to build an organization of just one person. So what is it that makes it so difficult? There's only one reason, again, why 97% of all distributors fail. There is only one reason why a seemingly easy task like finding 3 people who want to be rich working from home becomes near impossible. The one and only reason why building a business is so difficult is because there is a stigma attached to the MLM industry, which makes being a network marketer embarrassing. People don't take network marketing seriously. It has 0 prestige and is usually the butt of late night talk show jokes. If you join an MLM, you can't go around proudly telling everyone that you're now a distributor for Amway or Herbalife. You'll most likely just get laughed at, and people won't congratulate you, they will ridicule you. And the same goes even if you somehow manage to make a lot of money. The first thing a network marketing company will tell a new recruit to do when they first get started is to make a list of everyone they know and then contact them about the opportunity, right? Only a brave few ever muster up the courage to try to recruit their friends and family. And almost every single one of those people are in for a humiliating experience. Yes, people want to get rich. Yes, people want to work from home, but nobody wants to do it as a network marketer. The bottom line is that recruiting your warm market or friends and family does not work because the industry has such a bad stigma. And that is the reason why 97% never achieve any kind of real success. The way to build a business is simple. You need to take action by contacting people about the opportunity, right? And then you need to generate results by converting those contacts into recruits. The stigma prevents people from taking any kind of action, so they fail. And the few that do take action fail to sign anyone up because nobody has any interest in joining an MLM. So over the years, companies, gurus, industry leaders, and seminar promoters have come up with many ways to combat the stigma. The most popular approach is to feed you with nonstop motivational tapes. Trying to build your business is just one humiliating experience after another as you lose more and more of your dignity. It's nothing short of brutal. So to keep you going, they pump you up with an endless barrage of positive messages. But there's only so much torture a person can take. Motivational tapes are only able to keep a very, very small number of people going. Another approach is to overcoming the stigma is just avoid your friends and family altogether and only recruit your cold market, which are people you don't know. They'll say to take a more sophisticated business approach by running ads like traditional business or purchase leads and convert them into recruits. Although it is true that this will enable you to avoid having to lose your dignity, the problem with that approach is that there is a stigma in your cold market too. So you may avoid the humiliation, but it's still very difficult to generate results. The people you try to recruit, whether they're in your warm market or in your cold market, do not want to be in business that they are embarrassed to tell people about. Because of the stigma, recruiting in your cold market is still very, very difficult. And yet another approach to overcoming the stigma is the one where they try to tell you that the stigma doesn't really exist. They'll say that selling your company's product is something that you normally do all the time, even if you weren't building an MLM business. So it's nothing to be embarrassed or ashamed of. All you're doing is recommending a product, like recommending a good movie you saw or a restaurant that you ate at. The only difference is that in network marketing, you're getting paid for the recommendation. Does that sound familiar? On paper, that sounds great, right? But in reality, that is so far from the truth. Recruiting in network marketing is not just like recommending a movie or a good restaurant like they would lead you to believe. Yes, people recommend movies and restaurants all the time. There's nothing weird or unusual about that. But in network marketing, you don't just recommend, you also have to sell. And that is the second part, selling. That causes all of the problems and what causes the stigma to exist. As soon as you cross that line and not just recommend a product, but also try to sell it, that is when the MLM alarms start going off. That is when it gets a little weird and awkward, and that is when the industry stigma rears its ugly head. Imagine calling up your friend and saying you just saw a great movie with Russell Crowe. It was the best movie you saw this year. You have to go see it. That's something that is very normal, and there is nothing weird about it. But in network marketing, you have to get sales, not just recommend. So imagine after telling your friend about the movie, you followed up with, well, the movie is playing this Friday. Does 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock work better for you? Huh? What are you talking about? That's where it gets very unusual, and that is exactly what you need to do in network marketing. Network marketing is not like telling people about a great movie you saw, despite what everyone in the industry tells you. It's like recommending the movie and then selling them the ticket. The same goes for the analogy of recommending a good restaurant. Calling up your friend to tell people, to tell them about a great restaurant you ate at is not unusual. It's very normal, right? Well, where it gets weird is when you three-way the maitre d' onto the conversation and get them to commit to a dinner. I mean, how crazy would that be? People don't normally sell movie tickets or dinners, and people don't normally sell any of the products network marketing companies offer. When you try to sell them and as a dead giveaway, you're promoting an MLM, and that is what causes the stigma. People will decline to get involved because nobody has any interest in doing network marketing. So the only way to eliminate the stigma is not to do the things that you normally wouldn't do. Don't try to sell products that are never sold from family member to family member, friend to friend, and coworker to coworker. Instead, only sell products that are normally sold from family member to family member, friend to friend, and coworker to coworker. Makes sense, right? Products that network marketing companies sell are products that you normally wouldn't buy from people you know. People buy juice, vitamins, and soap from their local stores. They don't buy them from their friends, family, and coworkers. Whenever you try to sell one of those products, it's a dead giveaway. You're promoting some MLM, and you will have a humiliating and insurmountable stigma to contend with. But when you try to sell a product that is normally sold from family member to family member, friend to friend, and coworker to coworker, guess what? The stigma goes away. The resistance goes away. The humiliation goes away. All of the challenges every network marketer normally faces simply goes away. And without those challenges, building a business is easy. It would be something everyone can do, and it would be something that everyone can have success at. It would be the holy grail of recruiting. Unfortunately, there are very, very few products that are sold this way, and none of them are sold by any network marketing companies. Let's see what we're left with. One example of such a product is an office betting pool. I mean, let's say it's the Super Bowl, and the office you work at is having a betting pool, and your boss put you in charge of running it. It's not awkward to go up to a coworker and tell them about the office pool and also get the sale. It's not unusual to tell them a box in the pool is $5 and you try to collect the $5. The reason why it wouldn't be unusual is because the only way betting pools are sold is from person to person. You can't go to your local shopping mall and purchase a box in an office pool. The only way to purchase a spot in the pool is from a friend, family member, or coworker, right? So if you try to not only get your friend to go in on the betting pool, but also make the sale by collecting the money, your friend would not think you were involved in an MLM business. Now let's take it one step further. Let's say that not only did you tell one of your coworkers about the office pool and get them to buy a box, but that you also said, hey, you know Sally in accounting, don't you? Can you tell her about the pool and collect her $5 or have her contact me so I could get her signed up? So let's analyze just what happened, because it has all the components of network marketing without the stigma. You recommended a product, which was the Office Super Bowl betting pool. You generated a sale. You weren't humiliated. You weren't embarrassed. And you don't have to hide in a closet because you don't want anyone to know that you are the weirdo trying to recruit people in some miracle juice cult, right? And not only did you get customers, but you also had your customers go out and get customers too. Doing that is the exact same thing as building an MLM organization. You are now duplicating your efforts in building a network. Not only did you get your coworker to sign up, but you also got that coworker to sign up Sally in accounting. I could have taken another step further and also had Sally get everyone she knows in accounting to get in on the betting pool, right? That is exactly what you do when you are building an MLM business, but you are selling an office betting pool. It does not have the stigma, so you don't have to deal with the humiliation. And since it's not uncomfortable, it's not embarrassing, and there's no stigma, it is very easy to ask for the sale, and it is very easy to actually get the sale. So let me say it again. You probably would get every single person in your office to sign up. I mean, what are the odds of getting every single person in your office to sign up for your MLM deal? 0, right? You would be lucky if you sign up just one person, but if your office ran a pool, most of the workers would sign up, right? Do you see the implication of that? Because there is no stigma, you are able to easily take action, and you are able to easily generate results. Is someone more likely to ask their coworkers if they want in on the office pool, or would they want to try a $100 bottle of juice, right? And more importantly, who is going to get more sales, the person selling in the office pool or the person selling the juice? You would be able to approach every single person you worked with and have a reasonably good chance of signing them up. Office betting pools are fun, cool, and very popular, right? But if you're selling some MLM product, it is very likely that you would approach nobody. Even if you did muster the courage to start approaching your coworkers, most, if not all of them, will decline to get involved once they find out you're recruiting them into some MLM deal. MLM is the exact opposite of office betting pools. They are not fun, they are not cool, and they are not popular. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to tell you to start selling office betting pools. The problem with that, as a product, of course, is that it's gambling and office pools are illegal. So you're not going to see one being sold through network marketing anytime soon. What I am going to show you is even more powerful and exciting than an office pool. You and everybody in your team will be able to recruit at will because the stigma and humiliation that normally comes with network marketing has been eliminated. What if there was a radio contest that gave away $1,000 cash every hour? When you tell your friends about the $1,000 cash giveaway, they're not going to think you're recruiting them into some MLM deal. So there is no humiliation, there is no stigma to overcome, and most importantly, it is very easy to approach anyone and everyone. So our solution to the one problem that causes all the failure in network marketing is, do not try and recruit people into your network marketing business. Instead, get them to listen to the radio show and have a very great chance to winning $1,000 cash. Think about it. If you had the choice to calling your friends to get them to purchase your miracle juice and laundry detergent, or calling your friends to tell them about a radio show contest, which would you rather do? Without question, you would pick the latter, and so would everyone in your team. Part of the reason for the big failure rate in network marketing is that the stigma causes very few people to ever gather the courage to try to recruit anyone. They don't just take any action, right? Companies start, by having new recruits make a list of 100 people they know, and then they're supposed to call these people up out of the blue with some ridiculous pitch. It is a terrifying and humiliating experience. Most people are not willing to give up all their dignity in order to make their business work, so they take no action and fail. You cannot pay me enough to call up my cousin or uncle who I never speak to on the phone and say, hey, you're one of the sharpest people I know, so I'm calling you to run a business idea by you, and then pitch him on some MLM deal that he probably has even heard of before and failed at, or knows plenty of people that have failed at it. But I would have no problem asking him to tune into the radio show and call in to have a chance to win $1,000 cash. I'm not humiliated. I keep all my dignity, and as you will see shortly, it's making me money and building my business. Another key point about our show is that it appeals to everyone. The potential to win big money as a listener. You get to earn massive discounts to seminars, courses, software, and products, and of course the amazing entertainment. If you've never heard or seen our hosts before, Marshall Silver, imagine Sir Richard Branson, Howie Mandel, Howard Stern, and Dr. Phil all rolled into one. You know what? The reason why this is exploding right now is that the show is fun and addicting. No other network marketing can make that claim. You know, when was the last time you were literally jumping up and down on your couch, screaming at the top of your lungs with excitement over juice, vitamins, or detergent? It just doesn't happen. But when you're listening to the show, I guarantee that you will scream at the top of the lungs when you're the winning caller and you just won $1,000, right? You know, that just cannot be duplicated in any other MLM product. And radio shows are addicting. Listeners can't help but to stay tuned, not only for the amazing interviews and call-in questions, but also to make sure they get a chance to win the $1,000 cash contest. You know, this creates loyalty and dedication from your listeners. People quitting becomes less of an issue. And referring listeners to our show is exactly the same thing as building a big network marketing business, but it is presented in a way that is dead simple, spreading the news about the $1,000 an hour a day contest. You know, so it eliminates the MLM stigma. You are referring listeners, not selling juice and soaps, and that is what makes all the difference. Unlike most MLMs, you don't need to build a team of thousands to make life-changing income. This new concept in radio has never been done before, and you could profit now with us. To get all the details and your chance to win the next $1,000 cash and even get paid $50 an hour for listening, just click the button now to get started.